Hello guys, and we're back, and next up we're doing subjugation. If you think I sound way better, that's because of something of an error in the previous video, but I fixed that.
This
I still have that
Formica
cold,
Black Ant
and I'm
Queen has
recording
given birth
this
to her first
at the
brood.
same day I
While the
recorded
workers established their new territory in the earth, above ground, a
narrator
nearby
speaking,
colony of
so,
Formica
I'll just
sanguinea
be quiet.
slave maker ants are on the lookout for would-be victims. These ants specialize in stealing larvae from neighboring nests and raising them as their own. If the black ant colony isn't prepared for the inevitable incursion, they may be wiped out entirely.
Now, as he said, there's going to be what we would call slave makers. These are going to be a
Formica
great problem.
sanguinea are not the only danger for the fledgling colony. There is something even more sinister nearby, lurking in the darkness.
Now, these existed in Australia, and they're a very dangerous critter.
Sigestria florentina, a funnel-web spider.
They're actually pretty
She is
deadly,
large,
but
fast, and equipped with a deep, powerful bite.
they're
Her
not that
lair is
bad.
carpeted by sheets of silk woven between tripwires that radiate out from the entrance. She can detect even the slightest vibrations with her sensitive legs.
Come on,
The ant that strays
narrator,
too
you
close
spoiled it.
will be snapped away in the blink of an eye.
So, these creatures are actually real. Same with the Devil's Coach Horse. Funnel webs are actually really real creatures. Very dangerous critters at that too. They can kill people. However, I don't want to talk about that anymore because I don't want to get demonetized. So, yeah. However, you don't really need to worry about them. Just check your shoes and you should be fine. I'm not joking when they say this. Yeah, of all ways, you'd think they would, I don't know, just figure out some ingenious technique. No, they do it and do it as self-defense. And to top that all off, they do that because they think your shoes are a good place to live. Why do you think they're called funnel web spider? Because of a cool name? No, because they build a funnel. Now, the reason why I'm hesitating to take on one of these things is because of one little thing called slave. Because once you kill a certain funnel web, once you kill one of these funnel web spiders, the slave makers will begin to attack. And trust me, you want to delay that for
the larvae must be protected.
about as long as possible, as they're very Now, if you're wondering why I'm gathering this swarm of workers,
By working together, the ants have overwhelmed one of the funnel web spiders. She won't be causing any more trouble for the colony. Her sisters, however, still present a problem.
eventually the slave makers should come. So, yeah. Now, I know you would be like, well, why would you want to trigger the slave makers? Well, there are two reasons. Why?
A sanguinea scout
What?
has sensed the presence of the black
Why
ants.
are you not
A raid on the colony
attacking
is
him?
now inevitable.
He's right in front
The
of
question
you.
remains as to whether they will merely pillage a generation of young, or wipe out the colony entirely.
I'll be
In the
quiet
end, it
again.
will come down to the
narrator speaking.
tenacity of the defending ants.
I have a new rule. I shall now be quiet around the narrator. And Well,
The
as
colony
quiet
is
as possible
starving.
around
There
the
is not
narrator.
enough food to feed the new brood.
Just try and kill as many as possible. Get rid of as many as possible. Wait. Yep. I think this is a bit too cost-worthy. Run! 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 It's just look, bro. It's okay. You can just. Sorry for that noise. That's that sound is actually a kind of like a jump scare sound. So you'll want to get used to it. Like, correction, you'll have to get used to it. Otherwise, you'll get jump scared every single time, like a YouTuber when they play, like Markiplier when he played FNAF. But that's not my point. That was also a really big reference. If you did not understand that, you don't know what 2014 YouTube is. So I don't mean that as an offensive kind of way. Just saying. Now let's see. Soldiers. Now you may think, well, usually you put them in the entrance. And that is correct. I usually do. Because I want a quick, because, well, I'm kind of lazy and don't want to dig out any tiles. Okay.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
Attacking the funnel web spider is on hold for the time being. Just defend against the slave makers. Now, the slave makers, surprisingly, they can beat a tier 2, if they're a tier 2, then they can beat a tier 2 black ant.
The raiding party has arrived. The slave makers will head straight for the brood chambers. They must be stopped.
Surprisingly, they're actually very, they can't beat a tier 1 black ant warrior
The raiding
if they
party
are
is left,
tier 1.
and with them they have taken 10% of the black ant brood. The Fuska colony must replenish quickly if they are to survive the next assault.
And now,
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
now this is where I begin the soldier beginning. I begin placing down soldiers as normally, as we saw in New Home, I went with a classic go with all soldiers and no workers. But the reason why I built the workers was the objective, as you can see here, is to build workers. And I completed that objective, so now I have to build soldiers. So if you're wondering why I built workers in the first place, you're welcome. And let's see. Yep, we got a ton of food from that, so that's great. Oh, next raid. Gather at the front gates. If you didn't see the New Home video, yeah, I have a cold, so sorry if that annoys you by the time when I was recording this, but that's your problem. Not mine.
The slave makers are back. They can sense larvae, and
Well,
they want their share.
but they're not gonna get their share. Oh, no, you aren't. No, you aren't. Yep,
The raiding party was no match for the valiant defenders. The brood remained safe. For now.
Yeah, what he said pretty much. Now, I would actually recommend going for the funnel webs with the shorter, lengths, since that actually
The ants must
benefits
defend
you.
themselves.
Because, well, the funnels are shorter, meaning you can get to the funnel web spider itself quicker, meaning that you can kill it. And by that I mean get rid of it quicker. To get all of the juicy, succulent food it's hiding. Which you can also call meat. Either way, I don't really care. We all have our own opinions. Some are different from others. And also, I know this is a bit of a, I know this sounds like a bit of a plug, and it kind of is, but I'm just, well, I'm not technically new, but I'm decent.
The colony is starving.
I haven't
There's
made
not
a
enough
lot
food
of
to feed
videos,
the new
so
brood.
it would be nice if you could, maybe just subscribe. That's all I'm asking. I don't, if you want to, and if I'm okay with it, so yeah, just, if you really want that. I'm doing this more of as a passion project, so do it if you kind of want to, but yeah, you understand. Or you don't, I don't really, yeah. But next raid, if you're wondering, in here there's a timer that will tell you when the next raid happens.
The slave makers are back. They can sense larvae.
I know probably
99.9%
99.9% of people know that. And I knew that in the beginning too, so that is very common knowledge. And if you don't know that, hashtag
The raiding party was no match for the valiant defenders. The brood remains safe. For now.
But hey, at least now you know. You know what they say, the more... But, you know that meme with the star that says the
There
more
are
you know?
intruders in the nest.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I made to say. That's pretty much yep. Don't pick up the food. We've got a funnel web to deal with. This has a pretty good food. So this is one of the best funnel webs to take out. However, it also is one of the longer funnels, making it a bit hard to take out. But if you take this guy out, you're gonna be getting a lot of food. Plus, these wood lice are nice as an extra bonus. You got these wood lice here. However, if you don't want to do all the killing, you can always make the funnel web spider do it. If you manage to dig them out before they eat the workers, that is. But if you do succeed doing that, well then congratulations. Okay, next up, we've got this guy. And this one is actually a large one, since once you open up this and then you open up these guys, you get two. You get another funnel web, and then we surprisingly get some Devil's Coach Horse larvae. Wow, I haven't seen them in a while. I wonder what other video they were shown in. Oh no, wait, yeah, it's probably the last video. This is probably the, yeah. Oh, raid, quick, run! I'm lucky I didn't open up that second funnel web. If you're wondering, in here there's two Devil's Coach Horse. However, there's one Devil's Coach Horse here and here. However, they'll both open up at the same time. So it doesn't really matter that much. just...
There is no respite from the culling. The Sanguinea will subjugate or exterminate.
And they won't do either of that. Now, the Sanguinea, you don't have to actually worry about the Sanguinea colony killing you.
The raiding party was no match for the valiant defenders. The brood remains safe. For now.
Well, it's highly unlikely. Like, they'll only do it if they genuinely have to. And even then, they probably, if you get somehow beaten
Predators are
by
loose in the
them,
nest.
and
The larvae
yeah.
must be protected.
And I wasn't lying when I said there was 2 Devil's Coators. They both came from different pods, but there's still 2 different Devil's Coators, so... yeah. Oh, by the way, there's no big boys, so you don't have to worry about that. And this funnel web is dead. And by dead, I mean defeated. Either way, same thing. I don't want to get demonetized. And if you don't know what that is, trust me. Well, it isn't really that scary, but but saying the word demonetization is like telling a YouTuber about a scary creepypasta is like really scary to a YouTuber, because yeah. Also, I am okay with if you're using like stuff like an ad blocker or I don't know, that kind of stuff, because I'm genuinely okay with that. I'm just gonna camp out all my guys and I'm just gonna do this, where I'm just gonna, you know, never mind, the next raid is coming. I guess I'll just wait patiently. So, it's been a while, waiting some more. Oh wow, only 10 seconds. I wonder what's going to happen. More slave makers. But I did the soldier objective, I just built a few more to help, and then we should survive the final wave, just don't die, which we probably
The Sanguinea
won't
colony
anyways.
seeks once again to bolster its numbers. A battalion of slave makers charge into the nest.
Yeah, they're...
The colony is starving. There is not enough food to feed the new brood.
There are about like 50 different... These are actually a unique kind of ant. There are about 50 species of these. But
Once again, the slave makers return to their nest with new black ant larvae to raise as their own. The raids will continue, but this Formica fusca colony has proved its capacity to endure and grow. Eventually they will surpass their parasitic overseers, and the continued raids of the slave makers will reduce to nothing more than a mere inconvenience for the great Black Ant Empire.
anyways, that's going to be all there is. So, bye. I'll do the rest of this stuff off camera. So, yeah.